August 2021.
Welcome to the Chateau de Saint-Germain-des-Prés.
We stood in the doorway of our new home, an 11-bedroom chateau in the Dordogne with 37 acres, a 16th century tower, and absolutely no furniture. We were giddy with excitement, terrified by the enormity of what we had just done, and faced with the reality of starting a business in a new country with nothing but a business plan and an unshakable belief that we were betting on ourselves. Four years and 200 vlogs later, as we step into year 5 of this incredible adventure, we want to share the story of how we took the crazy leap and built something beautiful together. Not just us, all of us, because Manor Maker has always been about the community. Let's go back to that first day. We'd sold our 4-bedroom house in Ontario, said goodbye to everything familiar, and committed to transforming this magnificent but empty chateau into something we could barely articulate yet.
I think we both feel like we've come to the end of a very long journey and now the beginning of yet another very long journey, but very excited to be here.
And I think what's kept us going the whole time, every time we were having moments of frustration or, delays that were taking too long, and we thought, would we ever kind of get to this point? And we would always just say, okay, let's just picture ourselves sitting out on the terrace of the chateau, drinking a glass of wine, and saying, gee, now what was all that fuss about? That wasn't so hard after all. So here we are. We've got a glass of wine, and it's just fantastic, and it all seems quite worthwhile right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's only been a couple of days, so it's still a little raw, but yeah, it's awesome. Funny thing is, both of us have had moments of absolute giddiness whilst we've been standing here. Frankly, last night on this very veranda, I was just in hysterics. I was just looking around going, oh my God, all of this land. How on earth do we own all of this land all of a sudden?
The first piece of furniture we bought was with our friends from Chateau Love. We connected through the Chateau diaries, and they became part of our support network from nearly day one.
And I clearly couldn't be any more comfortable if I tried. Cheers to you. Cheers to you, Sacha.
Cheers.
We started documenting everything in October 2021. The channel was always part of the business plan, to share our journey and hopefully attract the creative people we wanted to work with. We were betting on ourselves, but we're also betting on finding our tribe. The most surprising thing about YouTube is the people. Week after week, the lovely comments, the support, and the genuine connections. We thought we were just documenting Chateau life, but we were actually building a global community of people who believe in our vision.
Our collaborations with other Chateau YouTubers became some of our most popular content.
You guys love it when we get together.
There's something magical about Chateau owners supporting each other, sharing their unique challenges and joys of this lifestyle.
But it wasn't just online community we were building. Our local French neighbors embraced us from that first Heritage Day.
Oh, yes,
I might just feed these to the guests here, so if you want to get more, I mean, we have 5 minutes.
We started hosting an annual art expo as part of the Village Fete, adding to a celebration that's been happening for decades, maybe centuries. Local artists exhibit their work in our spaces, connecting the Chateau back to the local artistic community.
We learned that we weren't just Chateau owners, we're stewards of a community gathering place. Our job is to open these doors that have been closed and fill these rooms with life again. Our first official retreat was with our good friend Elske, an encaustic painting week. We had barely an idea what we were doing, but we knew what we wanted to create. A space for geeky people to come together and unapologetically celebrate what they love to create.
What surprised us wasn't that creativity worked in the Chateau. It was the incredible variety that worked. Papermaking, painting, silk dyeing, encaustic, crochet, writing, content creation for Instagram and TikTok, costuming. We made it all work by being flexible with our spaces.
We learned to flex the Chateau for creativity, rearranging the Great Hall, the dining room, the two salons. Which rooms we use depend on how many people, the weather, the medium. I love the look of silk scarves drying outside in the garden. But the magic wasn't in the activities, it was in watching strangers become friends over shared passions. The moment when someone discovers they can create something beautiful. The look on faces when they realize they're in a psychologically safe environment where their geekiness is celebrated.
We have a guest from that very first Elske retreat, who's been trying to come back for the third time. Shout out to Penny, whose personal circumstances prevented her return this year, but who represents something incredible. People trust us. They love what we do. In our third full year of business, we have guests returning for their third visit.
And to Ella, who's been so many times, she's now a friend and helping us organize events. Some moments became defining milestones, not because we planned them that way, but because they captured something essential about who we are and what we're building. Our wedding wasn't traditional, but it was perfectly us. After 20 years together, we finally made it official, partly because our French accountant suggested it.
But celebrating our commitment in the Chateau, surrounded by friends who've become family, was pure magic.
The cafe reveal showed us something about transformation, not just of spaces, but possibilities. Each renovation project taught us more about balancing historical preservation with modern creativity.
The bedroom reveal became one of our most popular videos. Maybe because it showed the private side of our Chateau life, the reality of living in these grand spaces day to day.
And then there was the wall removal, dramatic, dusty, and symbolic of our approach to this place. Sometimes you have to tear down walls to create the space you need. One of our most unexpected connections came through Sacha Dench, CEO of Conservation Without Borders and UN Ambassador for Migratory Species. She found us while recovering from a serious accident, and it's meant the world to support a team doing vital work for environmental and animal causes.
With it. And why should we care about it? Well, the island, for example, that we were talking about, is an island that's used by lots of birds going up and down the coast. There's ospreys there, there's pelicans there, there's terns there, and because it's a sand island that sits off the coast, there's an upwelling, there's loads of fish there, so lots of different species want to be there. But yeah, anything that happens there will transfer very easily back and forth between Europe and West Africa. A lot of birds. We've been following the osprey, but that's an icon for the hundreds of thousands of birds that are doing that same migration.
We've learned that when you own a chateau, you make plans, but the chateau also makes plans. And the chateau's plans don't always align with yours.
The barn roof was whole when we bought the property, but slowly deteriorating. In November 2024, the end section crashed in. We've managed a temporary fix, but the rest is still in jeopardy. We're working to properly restore it as a future workshop space, and while the community has helped us with an emergency fix, it's a reminder that chateau ownership is a constant adventure. There have been other chateau makes plans moments, some we caught on film and others we're happy to forget. But each challenge taught us something about resilience, about the difference between what we can control and what we simply have to adapt to. What sustained us through every challenge is remembering why we're here. We're not just preserving a building, we're creating experiences that matter to people. When someone tells us they've had the time of their life, that they don't want to leave, when they cry at the gar because they've connected so deeply with the experience, that's what makes every bureaucratic battle absolutely worth it. As we look back at these 4 years, it's easy to lose perspective with all of the work still ahead. But documenting this journey has given us something precious, the ability to see how far we've come.
We've built something that works. A viable business making people happy. Guests returning once, twice, maybe even 3 times, and bringing their friends. They trust us with their creative dreams and their precious vacation time.
The Chateau isn't just our home, it's once again a gathering place for the village, a place where local artists can showcase their work, where heritage and creativity intersect.
We've proven that creativity has no boundaries. From traditional crafts to cutting-edge content creation. Every form of making has found a home in these walls.
But our greatest pride isn't in the Chateau's transformation, it's in the transformations we witness in our guests. When someone discovers they are creative, when they find their tribe, when they leave changed, that's what we're really here for. We took a crazy leap 4 years ago. We sold everything, moved to France, bet everything on a vision we could hardly articulate.
What we discovered is that when you create a space for people to celebrate what they love, magic happens.
We didn't just renovate a chateau, we've built a community. Not just here in the Dordogne, but around the world. People who believe that creativity matters, that passion deserves celebration, that it's okay to be gloriously, unapologetically geeky about what you love.
Thank you.
Thank you for 4 incredible years.
Thank you for believing in our dream, for making it your own.
And for proving every day when creative people gather with intention, something beautiful emerges.
The adventure continues. Year 5 awaits. With new challenges, new possibilities, and new friends we haven't met yet. The doors are open, the creative spirit is alive, and there's always room for one more in our beautiful, chaotic, wonderful Chateau family.